Hello and welcome to First Up. The first story that we are tracking at this moment, BCCI's old guard is all set to return at the helm. Jagmohan Dalmiya's presidential nomination went unopposed and he's sure to take charge of the BCCI hot seat. All now depends on who will be working under him, members backed by Sharad Pawar or N. Srinivasan.
BCCI's old guard has made a stunning comeback into cricket's most powerful board. Jagmohan Dalmiya is all set to return at the helm after he was the sole candidate to file nomination for the post of BCCI's president. But Dalmiya's rise to the top wasn't easy as it may seem, with ousted BCCI President N. Srinivasan even trying to conjure a late fight back. Srini offered his support to Anurag Thakur as the new board president. However, things did not materialize and both the Srini and Pawar camp settled for Jagmohan Dalmiya as the president of the BCCI.
Only president is Jagmohan Dalmiya, elected unopposed.
While the post of the president is all but certain, what makes this election really interesting is now both the camps are gunning for their members to be part of the cricket body. Sharad Pawar's camp wants Anurag Thakur to take up the secretary role, while Srini is gunning for Sanjay Patel. While for the post of joint secretary, Pawar's camp has nominated Chetan Desai and Srinivasan group has nominated Amitabh Chaudhary. Present BCCI Vice President Rajiv Shukla will be against Anirudh Chaudhary for the post of the treasurer. Interestingly, not all BJP members are with Anurag Thakur, as Srinivasan has nominated three key members who were supposed to back Sharad Pawar, namely DDCA's C.K. Khanna, Jammu Kashmir's Motilal Nehru and Andhra Pradesh Cricket Association's Ganga Raju. The war for the hot seat of the most powerful board just got a tad more interesting. While Dalmiya will be looking to end his career as a cricket administrator on a high, both Srinivasan and Pawar will be trying their best to inject their members to the board.
So for the first time in a long time, the BCCI AGM will see elections. Although neither Srinivasan nor Sharad Pawar are contesting, it's a matter of both pride and prestige for them to see their men win. The Srinivasan camp has peculiarly put forward a couple of candidates who are those from associations ruled by BJP, which means the Sharad Pawar camp may have a lot of catching up to do. Either way, will all of this mean a cleaner BCCI? That's the million-dollar question. In Chennai, with cameraman Mahesh More, Rasesh Mandani for Headlines Today.
All right, let's go across live now to Boria Majumdar, Headlines Today's consulting editor, sports, as well as Rasesh Mandani, who's joining us from Chennai. But Boria, coming across to you first, a very good morning. Is this a change at the helm of, or a good change at the helm of affairs in BCCI? Or, are we to expect perhaps some backroom management again or once again as far as Mr. Srinivasan is concerned? Because remember, the reason why I'm asking this question to you, Boria, is that the last time when Mr. Srinivasan stepped aside, it was Mr. Jagmohan Dalmiya who was at the helm of affairs.
Yeah, but that was interim president. This is elected president. That's a big difference, Sanket. So if you really go by the constitution of the board, the president has enormous powers to do anything he wants. I would call it a crown of thorns for Jagmohan Dalmiya. This is the biggest assignment of his life and perhaps the most difficult. For the layman, the question is simple. Can he cleanse the board? Who wins the BCCI chairmanship or presidentship doesn't matter to the lay cricket fan on the street unless and until he sees a transparent, accountable BCCI. For you and me, what matters is Indian cricket governed better? If it's not, who cares? So that is the challenge that Jagmohan Dalmiya will face. Can he do that? 2 points. One, it all depends on which panel gets itself elected today. If it's a Srinivasan-backed panel, Jagmohan Dalmiya's task will become 100% more difficult. If it's a hodgepodge panel, as in cross-voting, which is what I am expecting will happen, then again, it becomes a very, very challenging task. All said and done, this is going to be a really tough assignment for Jagmohan Dalmiya, perhaps the most difficult of his 36-year-old cricket administrative career.
Now, one question that, I asked Rasesh Mandani also just before you were actually there. Now, Boria, I want to understand, for the common man, Anurag Thakur and as well as the Sharad Pawar camp and them backing each other is something which would be non-compatible. One is from the BJP, one is from the NCP. Can you just take us through how really a person or a cricket enthusiast is going to have faith in the BCCI if people who have fought on ideological grounds, elsewhere are sort of, friends when it comes to the cricketing board.
It's always been the case, Sanket. Think about Arun Jaitley and Rajiv Shukla. Arun Jaitley and Rajiv Shukla are sort of stalwarts of two political parties which have fought elections, but they've always been together in the board. Think of the last 4 years. In BCCI, these political differences oftentimes do not matter. Think of the election between Rajiv Shukla and Anirudh Chaudhary. Anirudh Chaudhary, clear congressman. Rajiv Shukla, clear congressman. On the other hand, Anurag Thakur is a BJP stalwart. Ganga Raju, who is Srinivasan's vice president candidate, has a BJP leaning. So it's a peculiar situation, in this BCCI. Is BJP together? Will Anurag get those votes together? Can you expect these people to forget their differences and fight for the cause of Indian cricket once the election is over? All of these questions that you're asking are very tangible, very pertinent and very justified. That's why I said for Dalmiya, this is the biggest and most difficult assignment he has ever faced. But why is this relevant for the common man? It's relevant because today Mahendra Singh Dhoni is Indian captain because of Srinivasan. Make no mistake about it. Think when the selectors wanted to remove it in 2012. The BCCI President, according to its constitution, has the power to veto every Indian selection panel. So the BCCI President has enormous powers to run the BCCI in a manner of his choice. Selection committee, coach of India, cricketers of India, the graded cricket, development of cricket, serious questions, have to be answered by the BCCI President. And of course, scandal, of course, IPL, how the IPL is run. All said and done, this is a very significant election, but who knows whether we will see a transfer in BCCI or not.
Absolutely, Boria. And like politics, if this also is a game of perception for the common man, then in that case, will this new management which will take over be any different from the ones that were there earlier? Many thanks, Boria Majumdar. We'll of course keep coming back to you to get in more perspective and also the latest from Chennai as and when the developments take place. But let's take a look at the other story that we are tracking at this moment.